Spoilers. Offensive content. We are Carlos Neva Rave. Christ.
Carlos, it's that time again.
I know.
You know, that time that you look forward to every season. I mean, we are way behind on our summer stuff that we thought we might do.
Shut the fuck up already.
And we've got to just fall into the next season.
Alright. This is the fall 2019 anime preview. As always, this is no guarantee we're going to watch any of these. And as always, make sure you go to Anachart. We're at anachart.net looking up these descriptions. And make sure you support Anachart via they have a Patreon, right?
I don't know what they do for actual support, but just by going there, you're supporting them.
Yeah, but if they have a payment method and you have money, please support them. Don't hoard your money. You horrible billionaire, you. If we have any billionaire listeners, please get me out of here.
If you are a billionaire listener and you want to keep Carlos doing this, please give me money so I can afford better chains for him.
These chains, Dave, these chains are a little tight. Can you loosen them?
No.
Okay. Shit.
Now, get reading, monkey.
Fuck you. I'm not a monkey. I'm a gentleman.
Oh, no, I'm not doing
Wait,
that.
hang on. Do I get bananas?
I was not going to go down that route.
No, I don't mean like grow up. I mean actual bananas.
No.
Okay. Actors, Songs Connection by Drive. The story of the franchise centers on the everyday lives of students and teachers at the private Amaka Academy, a school established by the large university town group Slive Central. Now,
where's our hook? Where's the reason why I should care?
There's no genre tag on this guy.
Nope.
So I'm going to assume it's a survival horror video game.
Next. Africa Salarymen by Hot Zipang.
Great company name.
This is a comedy. The comedy manga follows a lion, toucan, and lizard as they live the lives of office workers in a capitalistic society in Japan, while also dealing with their unique situations as animals living beyond the savannah and the food chain.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like a kiddie one. I'm not interested.
Well, I mean, it could be funny if it's a commentary on capitalism, but I doubt it's going to be that.
I'm going to borrow one of your lines here. I wish it well.
It's a good line. It works.
It does. It does. Next.
After School Dice Club by Leiden Films. Kyoto in spring. Aya is a high school girl who's just moved to a new town. Miki is her shy classmate and her first friend. One day after school, Aya and Miki follow the committee president Midori to a specialty board game store. The Dice Club. Without thinking, they try out a German board game together. These girls who are searching for fun soon fall into the exciting world of games. This is a comedy and slice of life.
I mean, it's a new idea, kinda. I just don't know if I care.
Why would I watch an anime of people discovering new board games?
Oh, I mean,
why wouldn't I just do that?
Exactly. I do like the fact that it's obviously a board game cafe.
Sure. And it's headed by a guy who looks like he could kill you if you look at him funny.
Kind of looks like City Hunter's Bud who runs the bar.
Yeah, maybe.
He modernized. Now the bar is a board game cafe.
Maybe. This is in the City Hunter universe.
Wow, I just made that sound way more epic than it should be.
This takes place after Angel Heart.
No, we do not talk about Angel Heart. Next. Ahiru no Sora by Dio Medea. Drama sports. He's short week and has just transferred to a new school. Kurumatani Sora is the main character in the story who loves basketball. He has been shooting hoops ever since he was little and has been trying to grow tall just like his mother, who used to be a basketball player. What has happened to her and what Sora is going to do at the new School is all up to you to find out.
Oh, no shit. Yeah, thanks for leaving it all up to me.
Thanks, but no. Hard pass.
It's a sports anime, not really my thing.
Yeah.
Aikatsu on Parade by Bandai Namco Pictures. Music Slice of Life. The Aikatsu franchise's new TV series, Aikatsu on Parade, will have a new protagonist named Raki Kiseki, as well as bring together characters from the previous Aikatsu anime series. Raki, who is in the second grade at junior high, has transferred to Star Harmony Academy, Aikatsu Friends, to become an idol. When she uses...
Hang on.
Stop
Get
it!
back here!
When she uses the Aikatsu Pass invented by her older sister, who is an Aikatsu engineer, a strange thing happens. Ooh. Many doors suddenly appear, which connect to other Aikatsu worlds. With the support from the success of Aikatsu idols, Raki starts her idol activities to make her own premium dress. This has dimensional travel, and that is her priority. I'm sure it's fine.
Next, Ascendance of a Bookworm by Ajay fantasy slice of life. Rhino, a bookworm who had finally found a job as a librarian at a university, was sadly killed shortly after graduating from college. She was reborn as the daughter of a soldier in a world where literacy rate is low and books were scarce. No matter how
Scarce. Did you say scarce?
I did.
Okay.
No matter how much she wanted to read, there are no books around. What is a bookworm to do without... Oh, there we go. Do without any books. Make them, of course. Her goal is to become a librarian, so that she may once again live surrounded by books. She must start by making them herself.
And then there's a note about something about a DVD. See, this is the thing about Isekai. This is the kind of original thing that the genre could start branching out and doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually an interesting premise for an Isekai show. If you wanted to, I would actually watch an episode of this.
I'm going to put this on the maybe watching.
Sure.
I'll flag it, at least so we know.
Assassin's Pride by EMT Squared. This is a fantasy show. The series takes place in a world where only those from noble families have the mana to be able to fight against monsters. Kufa is a noble born to a duke's family who is sent to tutor a young woman named Merida. If it turns out that Merida has no talent with mana, Kufa is secretly instructed to assassinate her.
Okay.
That's interesting, actually.
Okay.
Interesting to be like, you got it. Yeah, keep trying, or else you'll die.
Azure Lane is anime based on the mobile game Azure Lane.
Cool!
It's an action sci-fi, and it kind of looks like that Battleship one where the girls represent the battleships.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of that either.
I've been kind of hoping we get a sequel to that because actually it was decent.
Yeah, I'll take your word for that.
Okay, next.
Babylon by Revolroot. This is a nothing. The suspense story centers around Zen Seizaki. I've never heard a name like that before. A prosecutor with the Tokyo District Public Prosecutor's Office. While investigating illegal acts by a certain pharmaceutical company, Seizaki stumbles across a conspiracy over an election for an autonomous new zone established in Western Tokyo. Kind of like a political thriller.
Yeah.
Except that poster makes it seem like it's going to be... Well, I don't know. It's called Babylon. I have no idea. If you watch the first episode, I will too.
I'll put this on maybe.
But if this is another 13th District, whatever that was,
oh god,
or another one with those
ACA, whatever.
Yeah, ACA 13 District Administration,
Mm-hmm.
and they talk about administration, and people get on our case because we didn't like it. I'll quit this whole fucking thing.
You're not allowed to. The chains won't let you.
You're right. There are the chains.
Yep. Next
Can you at least give me pants?
Beastars by Orange. Manga, drama, slice of life. In a world populated by anthropomorphic animals, herbivores and carnivores coexist with each other. For the adolescents of Cherryton Academy, school life is filled with hope, romance, distrust, and uneasiness. The main character is Legoshi the Wolf, a member of the drama club. Despite his menacing appearance, he has a very gentle... can I get more here? Thank you. He has a very gentle heart. Throughout most of his life, he has always been an object of fear and hatred by other animals, and he's been quite accustomed to that lifestyle. But soon he finds himself becoming more involved with his fellow classmates who have their own share of insecurities, and finds his life in school changing slowly. Okay, so this is Zootopia the sequel.
I was about to say Zootopia side story. I wish it well.
Yep.
I love Zootopia. I don't know if I want to see a whole anime series with the same idea.
No.
Case file number 221, Kabukicho by Production IG. The east side of Shinjuku Ward. In the center of this chaotic neighborhood, the neon-lit the neon-lit district is expanding. Where light shines, there are also deep shadows. The curtain rises on this night's stage where bizarre murders occurred. Is this suspense? No. Comedy? An indistinguishable drama is about to begin. Now, I didn't read the genres. It says mystery comedy, and this is kind of the thing where I could see comedy working out, is this murder mystery thing.
I'll mark it as a maybe. Oh, God help me.
What? What's wrong, Dave?
Fuck me.
What's
I
wrong?
would be the one reading this
What's wrong, Dave? What's wrong? Is this another one of your favorite genre?
No. This show can just shove it so fucking fast. Okay. Cautious Hero. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious by White Fox.
Now, I will say this. Great title. Cautious Hero. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious.
This is a
It's
fantasy
so
adventure
stupid.
based off of a light novel and a manga, which I read and told it to go shove itself. The goddess Rista summons an hero, to help her hard-mode video game-like world. The hero, Seiya, also known as Asshole, is exceptional in every way, but he is incredibly cautious to the point of buying 3 sets of armor, one to wear, a spare, and a spare for the spare, and going full power against weak slimes just in case.
Now, see, that by itself doesn't sound horrible, but you are, like, folks, this is a strange scene. Normally, I'm the one cradling my head in my hands when we do anything anime-related, and now it's Dave. So, clearly, this hurt him.
The premise actually sounded kind of interesting, even when I jumped into the manga. The problem is the main character is an unlikable piece of shit. Not because he's an otaku or anything else like that you would normally throw out there. He's just unlikable.
So most anime, where normally it's the secondary character, usually a woman, who should have been the main character.
It's just, in this case, the goddess is being given her first world to help. And she gets this guy on, you go to the temple and you say, summon me a warrior. And, the guy she gets, it's kind of funny. He grinds himself behind the scenes to be this super powerful character, but the fact that he's so cautious extends it like a bad Dragon Ball fight.
Now, this could lead to a source of humor if it's something like, man, I don't want to use my mid-ether. And people are like, you have like 103 of them, just use it. But it's like, but I can't buy them.
Well, I'll give you a funny scene out of it. He's fighting like what would normally be the tier 1 boss, but in fact it's actually like a tier 5 boss that comes along. And she's got the whole ability to sense the abilities of her opponents. Well, she's sensing that based off of what the goddess understands. Of course, the goddess doesn't understand that he's actually leveled himself 50 levels ahead of what she thinks. So the bad guy gets their ass kicked and is all like, well, why am I losing? You're supposed to be this weak warrior kind of thing. And then it gets revealed that, he figured out that people would be able to see his power level, and because he's cautious, he found a way to block it.
Yeah, I don't know. The more you're talking about it, the more it's making me go, yeah, you're right, this price sucks.
Yeah, No, not even a single fucking episode.
Chidori RSC by Studio 3 Hertz. This is a comedy slice of life. Kokura Hikari is a first-year high school girl who loves rifle shooting. She entered Chidori High School because it had a shooting club, but finds that the club had been disbanded. She had only one day to find enough members to reform the club, but luckily was able to find 3 other first-year girls who she had met at a competition in middle school. Thus begins the daily activity of guns. I wish it well.
Next is a sequel to a sequel, so moving on.
Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life?
And now Carlos has his face in his hands.
It's unbelievable. I knew halfway through that sentence that this was an isekai. I knew halfway through the sentence this was isekai. I knew it!
I mean, it wasn't trying to hide it.
It's always a shitty little phrase. At least the art style looks a little cool. Action adventure. When she turns 10 years old, Adele Von Asham is hit with a horrible headache and memories of her previous life as an 18-year-old Japanese girl named Kurihara Misato. That life changed abruptly, however, when Misato died trying to aid a little girl and met God. During that meeting, she made an odd request and asked for average abilities in her next life. But few things, especially wishes, ever go quite as planned. This sounds infinitely more tolerable than most isekai, especially since the main character is not a fucking otaku cisgender man. But I still wish it well. No! What are you talking about watching?
That's a green. Next one's a sequel to Fairy Gone, which we haven't even started part 1. So, yeah, come back to that.
I don't even remember. Fate Grand Order. This is another Fate show. Let's jump to the next one.
Next one's off my plate, too. It's a Food Wars sequel.
Good pun. Next one. This is season 2 of Granblue Fantasy. And I've kind of fallen out of Louvre with Granblue anything, so I wish it well as well.
We still have to go back to season 1 because we were enjoying the anime of it.
I'll pass. Ever since it's nonsense with why the main character had to be Gran and not what's her face?
I don't know.
The girl version of Graham.
Oh.
And they ended up using her, but only for a swimsuit episode. I was like, oh, fuck off.
Okay. Next one's a sequel as well. High School Girl 2. High Score Girl.
High school prodigies have it easy, even in another world. Come on! And it's the same company, Prodigy number 9. How many isekais are these people pumping out? Are you fucking with me?
Well, I'm having fun.
Do I have to do this?
Yes.
7 high school students that got caught in an airplane accident wake up in the middle-aged, like, fantasy different world where magic and beastmen called Jujin exist. But do they not panic at their current situation? They build a nuclear plant in a world without electricity. They control the economy of a large city in a short work strip. And finally, for their benefactors' sake, who are suffering from the misgovernment, they declare war on the evil nobles. So none of them is a normal high school student. Each of them are superhuman high school students that stand at the... I'm not reading any more of this.
Come on! The headline's coming.
I don't wish it well.
Ow.
I don't wish it well. Go fuck yourself, isekai genre.
Next. Kaiju Step Wandabada. Okay. By Usagi U. The kaiju of the Ultraman series are not just enemies defeated by the heroes. Each has their own special powers, looks, and characteristics which make them all unique. These characters are popular along with the Ultra Heroes. The main characters of Kaiju Step are the little kaiju. The characters are designed as though the popular kaiju in the Ultraman series have become little kids. Okay, yeah, I wish it well.
Yeah, I didn't say you could stop reading it. Kanagawa Jet Girls by Toonk. This is a sports anime. Kadokawa Marvelous and Egg Firm announced on Friday that they are developing a new project called Kanagawa Jet Girls. Sure.
Kimono Michi Rise Up by Engi. It's based off of a manga and is a comedy fantasy. The story follows masked wrestler Genzo Shibata, who likes all kinds of animals and creatures. One day, he is summoned to another world, where a princess asks him to help kill magical beasts. But he gets mad and puts her in a German suplex. Instead, he begins life as a pet shop owner in the other world. Okay, I gotta see that fucking suplex.
Yeah, you know what? I was about to go Isekai, boo-hoo-hoo, and then the German suplex, and the fact that the main guy seems to be a muscle dude and I can see his entire cock. Yeah, I think I want to see the first episode of this one at least.
I just love the idea of, please hero, defeat the bad guy.
Suplex.
Fuck you, I'm opening a pet store. Okay.
That's the equivalent of, someone's talking to you, you flip them the bird and you give them a stunner, and then 2 beers come out of nowhere and you start drinking them. Kono to Tamare, Sound of Life Season 2 by Platinum Vision. It is a sequel. My Hero Academia... Oh, sorry.
No, My Hero Academia Season 4. This is already green because, yeah, we're watching it.
Yep, the season where Bakugo does not do much, clearly. No Guns Life by Madhouse. Ooh, it's an action drama. After the war, there are many extends in the city, people whose bodies were modified to make them into dangerous weapons. Inui Juzo is one of them, and he has no memories of his life and body before his head was transformed into a gun. Okay. I need to pause here for a second. Because I just now looked at the picture, and yeah, this fucker's head is a gun.
Yep.
Strangely enough, his head gun is designed so that only someone behind him can pull the trigger. Juzo makes a living by taking on cases involving extends in the city, and he's assisted by Mary, an intelligent young woman that he has taken under his protection.
I'm putting this yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's by Madhouse. His face is a gun. This is the tick levels of insane. This is Chairface Chippendale.
I mean, we could hope it's as good as that one we caught a few years ago, where it was the 2 guys working together. The one that was a mute, or not mute, that was deaf.
Oh, Gangsta. And that one that never got finished.
Yeah. Okay, next is Orisuke. Are You the Only Ones Who Loves Me? By Connect, comedy romance. No idea what it's based off of. Oh, light novel. Question: what would you do if a girl you're interested in would confess to you? On top of that, what if there was another girl as well? A cool upperclassman adored by the whole school and your cheerful, energetic childhood friend. I bet you'd be over the moon. Thing is, what if there was an unexpected problem about the contents of that confession? No.
This is already garbage.
Next.
It's a light novel. That description is intentionally vague. It's trash. Outburst Dreamer Boys by Studio Dean. It's a comedy, and it is a fantastic title. The story centers around Mizuki Hijiri, a high school girl who just transferred schools. At her new school, she has a fateful encounter with boys suffering from Chinebyo, adolescent delusions of grandeur. Okay. There is Noda, who dreams of becoming a hero, the tragically handsome otaku Takeshima, who only likes 2D girls, well, at least he's not the main character, Nakamura, the supposedly reincarnated angel or devil, and the self-professed string puller Tsukomo. Man, I don't know, maybe?
Yeah,
this is not the usual formula for this.
No.
And there is an otaku, which makes me immediately wary, but if you watch it, I'll watch it. Yeah, you're right. Not the main character.
Next is Pet by Is it Geno or Gino?
I am well over 40% certain it's Gino.
Geno Studio. Manga, Supernatural. The psychic suspense story revolves around people who possess the ability to infiltrate people's minds and manipulate memories. Inception, anybody? Their powers have been used in the underworld for cover-up incidents, assassinations, and other deeds. These powers could not only destroy other people's spirits, but also corrupt the user's own hearts at the same time. The users had to project their fragile and insecure hearts as if chained to each other. They are called pets out of fear and despising.
That was the worst description I've ever seen. It tells me nothing. That image tells me more of a story of what's going on than that travesty of English that was just read out here.
Yeah, but it could have potential.
It could have potential, despite that. You're right. Phantasy Star Online 2, Episode Oracle. Now, I'm not even going to bother reading this because I know it's one that I don't know if you care about it. It is technically a sequel because it's a sequel to an anime that was based off this, but that might have been real and Dark Falls took someone over. I know that the other two who are sometimes our guests, Poe and Kiki, do play Phantasy Star Online 2. Maybe I'll get their reaction to it and put it here.
It covers the first 3 episodes of the original game and an original story. I'd have to go back and watch Phantasy Star Online 1 to see if it's worth it. Next is Pocket Monsters 2019. If you don't know what Pokemon is, what have you been doing with your life? Moving on.
The interesting thing about this is that character Go was invented for this season. And while his partner is Score Bunny, one of the new starters, Go himself is voiced by the Japanese voice of Deku from My Hero Academia. Which means that he probably should be voiced by Deku's English voice in the dub. It's interesting they made a character. I already ship him with Ash, but I'm not hopeful enough to believe that'll happen.
No. If anything, the only reason that I'd be interested in this new series is the fact that Ash is not the main character.
He's not the main character?
No.
Oh, is it him? Is it Go?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
I heard it from somewhere. Yeah.
Okay. Psycho Pass 3. Another one that I still have to watch at some point.
Radiant Season 2. Next.
Shinchuka Ichiban by Ness. It is a comedy. The story takes place in the 19th century China during the Qing Dynasty. King or Qing? Let's say King. Where the emperor was weakened and the country was close to chaos. It is also during a fictitious era called the Era of the Cooking Wars. It is an era in which top chefs with different cooking styles tried their best to improve their skills and to become the best chef in China. It is a country where insulting a high-grade chef or fooling around with cooking could land a person in jail, and impersonating a top chef is as good as a usurpation of authority. Chefs compete with each other in order to gain respect and even power, but also with the risk of losing everything. After the death of Mao's mother, Pai, who was called the Fairy of Cuisine, Mao became a super chef in order to take... This is getting insane! In order to take on the title as Master Chef of his mother's restaurant. However, before he takes his mother's place as Master Chef, he continues to travel China in order to learn more of the many ways of cooking, in the hopes of becoming a legendary chef just like his mother. Jesus Christ! During his journey, he meets great friends and fierce rivals who wish to challenge him in the field of cooking. Did that need a novel to tell me what it was about?
Special 7, Special Crime Investigation Unit by Anima & Co. Action anime. It's an original. Set in a different Tokyo in a different world than ours. Okay, thanks. The story follows Tokunana, a unit of assembled misfits in the Metropolitan Police Department. Tokunana battles against Nine, an organization committing crimes in their zealous worship of the dragons that once roamed the world.
Huh. That went crazy fast. Okay. Yeah, sure. Maybe? Question mark? Stand My Heroes, Piece of Truth by MSC. That title, it should be terrible, but it's actually great just because it rolls off the tongue so well. It's based off a mobile game, and that's it.
Next is Stars Align by 8-Bit. Drama sports, original content. Story revolves around the coming of age of boys in a junior high school soft tennis team, which is on the verge of shutting down.
Tennis!
Have fun.
I wish it well. Sword Art Online Alicization, War of Underworld by A1 Pictures. This is the second part of a show I'm not going to watch and that you are. So if you want to talk about it, go crazy. Cool.
Next. 7 Deadly Sins, Wrath of the Gods. This is the 3rd season of Nanatsu no Taizai. It's coming from Netflix, so until they have it, I don't care.
Go up one notch. Oh, one notch. Val Cross Love by Hoods Entertainment. I believe it's supposed to be cross, because it's supposed to be crossover. It's a comedy romance. High schooler Akutsu Takuma has learned to accept his lonely lot in life and is content surrounded by his studies. But when the god Odin taps him to save the world alongside 9 Valkyries fueled by intimacy...
Fuck, you had to ruin it in one line. You had it, and you lost it in literally one line.
You're up. No, I'm not even... People can read that last sentence for themselves.
That's just
I am
as
not doing
stupid
that.
as the one where the guy and his cousin gets fucking transported to another world, and only through having intimate relations with the other girls can create kids who can fight the ultimate bad. I can't believe I just said all that. Fuck me. It's a season 2 of something I don't care about.
Dave, stop being so fucking bitter about anime all the time. Where do you fucking get this from? Why do you always have to be like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to watch anime. Fucking chains. You gotta fucking... Oh god, what is this one I have to read now?
Oh, and notice it's already checked.
Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun, by Bando Namkai. Suzuku Iruma has just been abandoned and sold to a demon by his irresponsible parents. Surprisingly, the next thing he knows, he's living with the demon who has adopted him as his new grandson, and has been transferred into a school in the...
Sorry, it's weird.
In the demon world, where his new demon grandfather works as the principal. Thus begins the cowardly Iruma-kun's extraordinary school life among the otherworldly, as he faces his true self, takes on challenges, and struggles to become someone great. It kind of looks cool in the poster, I'll admit that.
Yeah. And did you say Bamco Nandai?
No, I said that in our podcast we recorded earlier. I think I said it right here.
No, you didn't.
Did I say Bamco Nandai?
Yes. ZX Code Reunion by Passion. Adventure fantasy. It's a sequel. So, next.
Zoids Wild Zero. They're still Zoids shows?
Yep.
Cool.
It's a sequel.
Yep.
Anything interesting in the TV shorts? Sequel.
Put in the middle. Well, there's, the 3rd season of something.
Sequel to Bananya.
Days of Urashima Sakatesen by Gainax Kyoto, which means there will be boob bouncing, despite the little chibi characters. It's comedy slice of life. School life, it's an experience that everyone should have and no one should take for granted. Absolutely not, Gainax. Of course, everyone knows that the most enviable way to spend high school is as the most popular person in class. I know known people who are popular in school who would argue that. Transfer student Urata has decided that his high school debut will be brilliant, and as he reaches nervously for the door, it happens. In the waist stand fellow high school students Shima, Sakata, and Senra. Are they enemies, allies, or something else entirely? I do not care.
Other one is Teiko no Nichiju. Story centers on the titular Teiko Shinobu, an office worker who is patient with everything and greets everything that comes her way with cheer.
Cool.
Must be some good drugs.
Tenka Hayaken, Meijika ni Yokoso by Leiden Films. Action adventure. The Tenka Hayaken franchise centers around the Mitsurugi. Is it Mitsurugi? Yeah.
Yep.
Maidens who are physical incarnations of ancient swords. They have pledged to live peaceful lives after the era of warfare, but are now returning to the battle to fight a new foe. that has arisen during an alternate version of the Meiji era, 300 years after the Battle of Sekigahara. That battle.
Yeah.
I wish it well.
Leftovers, Dr. Stone,
Ensemble Stars,
Fire Force.
Fire Force, which I've heard bad things about.
Yeah.
And Vinland Saga, which I've heard nothing about.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and then we get to the movies.
Actually, I believe this is on our list.
Is it? Well, then we'll have to eventually...
Maybe not.
Maybe we'll get to it, who knows. Movies. Black Fox by Studio 3 Hertz. Action sci-fi. Living in a ninja residence tucked away in a corner of a futuristic city is Rika, the eldest daughter of a ninja clan, who looks up to her father, a researcher, very much. Carrying on with her life normally, Rika's home came suddenly under attack one day. Driven into a corner, what would she do to overcome this crisis? Rip darkness to pieces and become black. Okay. Yeah, I'll fucking watch this fucking movie.
Another...
Yeah, the next My Hero Academia movie, which should, if it's like the last one, it'll probably be a good piece of filler.
Yep.
Sorry, I took that one from you. You can take this one from me.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Bokura no Nanakaken Senso by Aijado. It's an action comedy. The mystery story and social satire begins on the day before summer vacation, when every boy in a first-year class of downtown Tokyo Middle School disappears. Was it some accident? A mass kidnapping? Actually, the boys hold themselves up in an abandoned factory on the riverbed. With support from the schoolgirls, the boys start a revolution against the adults from this liberation zone. Excuse me? Maybe?
Another Precure movie. Next.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Gekijoban Shinkansen. Henkei Robo Shinkalion. Mirai Kara Kita Shinsoku no Alpha X by Oriental Light and Magic. Action mecha, no description.
This other one is a sequel to another movie we haven't seen. So.
Well, why do you get the easy ones?
There you go.
That's another sequel. The number 3, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Humans Lost. Polygon Pictures. Sci-fi. Based off of a novel. A 3D animated film adaptation of Osamu Dazai's No Longer Human novel. The year is 2036. A revolution in medical treatment has conquered death by means of internal nanomachines and the shell system, yet only the richest can afford to partake. Yozo Oba isn't the richest. Troubled by strange dreams, he flippantly joins his friend's biker gang on an ill-fated incursion to the inside, where society's elite lives. This instigates a journey of terrifying discovery that will change Yozo's life forever.
So it's kind of Akira? A little bit?
Actually, I'd say it's more of a Ghost in the Shell.
Is it an Akira in the Shell?
Sure.
Kimidake ni Motetenda by Signal.md. This is a romance music.
Yeah.
Which means that I believe we both wish it very well.
Have fun, yeah. Next is Kono Sekai no Sara ni Ikutsumono Katasumi ni by Mappa. Drama slice of life based off of a manga. Suzu is a quiet and ordinary, if not a bit of clumsy and daydreaming girl growing up in the outskirts of the city of Hiroshima in the mid-1930s.
Oh, she is in for some trouble.
She loves drawing sketches with pencils, a hobby she is really good at. Following her pencils
arrangement.
Her parents' arrangement in 1943, 18-year-old Suzu is married to a young man living in Kure, a neighboring city with a large naval base, in which he works as a civilian secretary for the military tribunal. There she faces a new life, a new family, as well as many new challenges and hardships, particularly with the worsening life conditions due to the Pacific War. Yet, Suzu manages to find happiness and peace in her daily life. The concept behind the film is to give the perspective of several more lives in addition to Suzo's. So it has a new title to reflect the new theme. Oh, this must be some sort of sequel?
It's not a sequel.
It will adapt more
but the
scenes
rest
from
of
the
this
manga.
description is just talking about it. It's making... I don't know why that's there.
Yeah.
Historical piece. I'm sure it's fine. Lupin the Third, the First. I'm going to read that again. Lupin the Third, the First, by TMS Entertainment and Mars Anime Planet. It's a Lupin show.
Yeah. Next one is a sequel to something.
Seizuru Tori wa Habata Kanai, The Clouds Gather, by Grizzly. It's a drama. Yashiro is the young leader of Shinsekai and the president of the Shinsekai Enterprise. But like so many powerful men, he leads a double life as a deviant and a masochist. Domeki Chikara comes to work as a bodyguard for him, and although Yashiro has decided he would never lay a hand on his own men, he finds there's something about Domeki that he can't resist. Yashiro makes advances towards Domeki, but Domeki has mysterious reasons for denying Yashiro, who abuses power just to abuse himself, and Domeki, who faithfully obeys his every command. Begin the tumultuous affair of two men with songs in their hearts and no wings to fly. Now, I am absolutely 100% on board with non-heteronormative relationships, but I'm absolutely not on board with glamorizing the rich, and I can't say I'm terribly interested in this.
Next is Sora no Eosa wo Shiru Hito yo by Cloverworks. It's an original, and it's about nothing.
It's about nothing. It's like Seinfeld. Sumiko Garashi by Fanworks. It's a comedy. It debuted in 2012 as slightly negative characters who like to stay in the corner of a room. The characters include Shirokuma, a polar bear who is sensitive to cold, Penguin, with a question mark in its name, a penguin who is unsure if it actually is a penguin, Tonkatsu, a piece of pork cutlet that was left uneaten, Neko, a shy cat, and Tokage, who hides his nature as one of the last dinosaurs. The franchise has inspired toys, books, stationery, video games, and now a feature film. I like the idea of a penguin who doesn't know he's a penguin, but I wish it well.
OVAs. That one's based off of a series from last season. Extended cut of something I don't care about.
Frag Time by Tier Studio. It's supernatural. Frag Time! That poster does not at all seem like the title of this is Frag Time. What would you do if you could stop time? Moritani, for one, is using her unusual ability to stop time for 3 minutes a day to observe the people around her. One day she chooses to observe class idol Murakami's panties, only to find herself in a very compromising situation when her classmate turns out to be immune to her power. Put it on the list.
Okay. Gundam Build Drivers RE Rise next.
Divers. Kengan Ashura Part 2. I believe I asked this before, but is that the sequel to Senran Kakura?
Mini Yuri next.
Mono na Kamisama Kokotama. It's from 2 series. They have adventures. They look cute.
Mugen no Junin Immortal. New adaptation of Mugen no Junin. He is a immortal swordsman who has been cursed with eternal life. He has grown tired of living with all the death he has created. He has no skills other than those of killing. Thus he forms a plan to regain his mortality. He shall kill 100 evil men for each good one he has killed. I've actually heard of this legend. The old witch who affected Manji with immortality agrees to his proposition and is set on his path to kill 1,000 evil men. On his journey, he meets a young girl, Rin, who has her own vengeance to seek against the sword school, whose members slaughter Rin's family. Rin and Manji journey together, each hoping to find some kind of peace. In their way, they are many varied enemies. Rin and Manji are almost constantly under attack and must learn to live their lives avoiding being consumed by revenge.
Ah, neat.
Yeah.
Null and Peta by Shin-A Animation. It's a comedy sci-fi.
Wait, this is an anime series, not a movie.
Quiet. It's an OVA.
No, it's not.
No, it's an OVA. The story of an old pedophile is Null, an elementary school girl who is also a genius inventor. After her older sister Peta's death by an accident, she brings her sister back to life as Peta Robo, using her characteristic knowledge. However, the robot sister is a little different from what she used to be. Big Hero 6?
I've heard this is actually decent.
Sure.
But it's an anime, not... it's an actual series. It's not a movie.
No, it's an OVA.
Keep up with that and you'll be over.
You're the baby. That's you. That's what you sound like.
Oh, look, it's you. Obsolete. By Buman. Sci-fi mecha, sources original. The year is 2014, and aliens have come to Earth without warning to request for a trade. They offer conscious control robots, exoframes, in return for limestone. Yeah? What are you getting out of this? Exoframes are cheaper than fighter jets, tanks, or guns, and anyone can easily ride them. They quickly spread and begin to change the world.
Turns out limestone was the secret. We should have kept it. Limestone is the thing that will let us solve the riddle of entropy.
We come looking for sand.
Yeah, take it. Later we learn that sand is what we gain faster than light travel. And One Punch Man 2 specials. Cool.
An unaired episode of something.
Million Arthur. Thanks for reading, by the way. I'm glad you're like, you have to do this. And you are giving no effort. You're literally looking to not read anything. Fuck you, Dave.
It's an unaired episode of Operation Hangyaku Say Million Arthur special.
Okay, yeah, that made up for it. Overlord. Pleiades, Clementine Tobohan. It's an action comedy. Clementine escapes from the almighty Anse's gaze, and Albedo, with the help of Aura, Mare, and a gratuitously large army of poorly animated CG goblins, must track her down and eliminate anything that stands in her way. Guardian. What? What the hell did I just read?
Okay.
Maybe we should watch this?
Have you watched Overlord?
No.
It would make no freaking sense.
Oh, wait, I did see the first episode, and I was like, this is wasted because the skeleton guy doesn't sound like Skeletor like you should
suck.
have. So never mind.
Okay. Romance Dawn by Toei Animation. Obviously a One Piece thing. It's a manga, action-adventure, an anime adaptation of the second version of Romance Dawn, the one-shot manga by Ichiro Oda that would eventually become One Piece. This entry is locked as it is likely just another episode in the One Piece anime.
What does that mean?
Does that... The fuck?
Can somebody who understands Strange fucking tell us what this means, please?
The fuck?
Shuno Qianzhan Ren Xing Chao Ju Chang.
Nice.
That sounded racist. By nobody. It's a comedy sci-fi, an adaptation of the mobile game Girls Frontline. We follow the everyday life of the tactical dolls. And yo!
Toro Kagoku no Accelerator, Tobidashi Ippo-san Hachimecha Kaishingeki by JC Staff. Special episode included on the Blu-ray of
A certain scientific accelerator. Yeah.
Supernatural, yeah, that kind of fits that series.
We Never Learn OVA by Studio Silver and Arvo Animation. It's comedy ecchi. It's an OVA about a beach trip and titties.
There you go. Wokai Dongwuyan.
No! Do it again!
Naxi Nyan by Hellliners Animation League. Duanjiaz inherited a private zoo and was forced to sign a contract after his graduation. And from that day onwards, the first ever classified Luya Zoo appeared, those aged under 21 are prohibited to enter.
This has been a disappointing fall, 2019.
Well, let's talk about that, because
there are so few things that stood out to me as worthwhile in this one. Like, normally there's some things that at least sound like they could be cool, and especially fall tends to be where they bring their A game, right? There was very little A-game this time.
No, I mean, even the ones we've marked as green are like, yeah, we'll give it an episode because we're not sure. And isn't fall usually where they put their creative minds to use and give us, some things we're willing to risk on? This doesn't sound like they're risking shit. This is just old and tried ideas.
I wish them well.
Well, we'll have a chance to catch up, I think.
Sure. I always embrace the chance to not have to watch stuff. We need to finish Sympho Gear Season 5. You need to put something on. You keep denying me this.
Yep.
We're gonna watch it right after.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'll paper, rock, scissors you.
No.
And by paper, rock, scissors, I mean I'll stick a knife in your eye.
Lead us off. Do it better. Volume up. Squelch, turn down.
The internet! Find SamMiriam.xyz.
Tune in next time, everyone.
Don't tune in. Get me out of here. Dave will not let me get my lungs back. I don't know how I'm breathing.
They're in a jar.
He keeps dangling my lungs in front of me.